This is Loudon, New Hampshire. This race date in September used to be at North Wilkesboro. Now it's down here since Bob Bear bought the track. And it's up here in the middle of nowhere, about 90 miles north of Boston and just around the corner from Lake Winnipesaukee. And this is where we're going to play round one of NASCAR's championship chase. The chase to the Nextel Cup, which is probably going to be played out between Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson, and Tony Stewart. At least that's the way it looks going in. With Richard Childress's teams sort of sluggish right now. Jack Roush's team sort of sluggish right now. And we're waiting to see if Kyle Busch can pull off a surprise, which really would be a nice surprise. But some of the stories we're looking at this weekend are about the players that aren't really here. We're talking about Honda. Honda's like the 800-pound gorilla in the living room. It's a racing company, Formula One, Indy cars. They dominate the IndyCar circuit because nobody else is playing there anymore. Toyota just signed Joe Gibbs. Chevrolet has got all the top teams except Joe Gibbs. Ford's doing fairly well. Dodge is doing a lot better now that Cerberus has brought in some people to run the show. But Honda's not here. Honda, of course, is the company that invited NASCAR to Japan 3 straight years. Suzuka and Motegi, everybody, lock, stock, and barrel, packed them up in big old shipping containers and took them to Japan. But that was 10 years ago, and Honda hasn't been back since. Now they say NASCAR racing is dinosauric. It's not technology at its finest. That it's rather old school. But Toyota's here, and usually when Toyota's around, NASCAR, then you expect Honda to follow. We're also looking at TV ratings. ESPN and ABC have put twice as many reporters on the ground. They've done a bang-up job of promoting the sport, but the ratings are still sort of lackluster. Last year, Brian France, the CEO of NASCAR, was saying how great things were going to be in TV ratings. Once ESPN and ABC came in, but we haven't seen that much of an improvement. Last week, ABC was crowing about their 4.2 at Richmond, but a lot of people wrote me and told me that was probably because they were all looking to see if Dale Jr. was going to make the chase. He didn't make the chase, and without him in the chase, it's going to be interesting to see just how the ratings come off. Plus, this is Loudon, New Hampshire. This is not Los Angeles. Next week, we're in Dover, Delaware, which is not New York City or Miami or Chicago. We've got the first 2 races in the chase at facilities that are nice, but the impact nationally of playing in the middle of New Hampshire is just not the same as if you were playing in Los Angeles. That was a problem in the ratings the last couple of years, and it might be a problem this time. We'll have to see how the ratings come out. ABC is going to be doing both of these races. They're going to be doing all the last 11 races, and we'll see how ABC can do in terms of providing a little more punch. And the third story is sort of an interesting story. It's about Jack Roush and his business partners, the Fenway Motorsports Group, who, with John Henry, own the Boston Red Sox. There is some interest, apparently, in Bob Bear perhaps selling to the Red Sox. And Jack Roush is sort of non-committal about that. Be interesting to see how that plays out. Bob Bear, of course, bought this particular date when he bought half of North Wilkesboro, the other half that Bruton Smith didn't buy and take to Texas. So this is a second date that wouldn't be here without North Wilkesboro. And we always thought that if Bob did sell, and his son has expressed no particular interest in wanting to run the track after his father decides to sell, that it would go to the France family. But Billy Jr. died in June, and Billy Jr. was Bob Bear's contact, and it's unclear just where ISC, the International Speedway Corporation, owned by the France family, and Bruton Smith fit into this equation right now, and what Bob Bear will do. Those are the 3 stories we're going to be working on, and once we get inside the track, we'll see just what else we can rustle up for you. Mike Mulhern for JournalNow.com and the Winston-Salem Journal, Loudon, New Hampshire. Round 1, the NASCAR chase for the championship.